yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause I got these mouths to feed. Then I think about where I've been, and I must believe that if he did it, he'll do it again. God has been too good to me. Every good and perfect thing, let's see what today may bring. For my good, for my good, it's so working. For my know when I lost it all, he returned it 100-fold, cause I held on to his promise. If you wonder what the future holds, if it will get better, just rest and take it slow, one foot in front of the other. Every good, perfect thing, let's see they may bring. For my good, for my good, I see it working. It's all working. Yes, it is. For my good, for my good, it's gotta work. It's all working. For my good, for the Lord is good, and his mercy endures forever. For the Lord is good, and his mercy endures forever. Okay, you guys, hi. Hi, Kim. I got stuck in a loop. My mouse was wanting to control my iPad instead of my MacBook. And of course, I didn't ask it to do that. It just decided that that was a good idea. And I'm still not entirely sure why it did that. But it's good to see you. Hey, Noelle, how are you? Oh my gosh, you guys, I've got some very interesting, funny things to share. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. I should start my haul. I have a little haul today. So you guys know I'm trying to get into gel plate printing. And Devin for art, Devin Rex for arts. Oh my gosh, I've got her channel name wrong. I'll get it right. But anyway, she has a video where I think she's teaching her husband how to do gel plate printing. And so I'm planning to follow that video for my first printing. But yes, I've been, buying all the things to get ready. But one thing I thought would be fun, since I got the 12-inch gel plate, is this 12 by 12 stencil. Isn't that cool? I'm so excited. Plus, you can use stencils for all kinds of stuff. I can use it for art journaling, which is another thing that I'm getting more into, specifically art journaling. But that's not the big news, you guys. I'm kind of nervous to say hi, Bayou. Hi. Okay, let's go on with the haul so that way I can stall. I don't have any new coloring books, so you guys, until until the Alice in Wonderland mythographic comes out, which is on the 23rd, I think, of June. Then I'll have, of course, that book. It's supposed to be delivered on that day. But the funny thing is, Prime Days start on June 23rd as well. So I'm wondering if that book will be on sale for Prime Day. And if it is, will they give us the price that it is for Prime Day? Are y'all ready for Prime Day? I think it's the 23rd through the 26th. I don't really have much on my list. I have a couple things that I'm waiting for that I keep wanting to go ahead and get, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. But so the main things I got are some things to help me with my art journaling. I would say, like, I say junk journaling sometimes, but I don't think I'm really a true junk journaler, because I'm not going to save a whole bunch of stuff in my space. I don't have anywhere to keep a whole bunch of old mail and stuff like that, but I do have stuff that I already use, like in card making and stuff like that, that I'm just kind of supplementing with stuff to do with with my art journaling. So I got these stickers, which says, what does that say? Sugar? Yes, please. It's just got randomness in it, but I think it's going to be good for like art journaling, junk journaling, that type of thing. So I got that from Amazon. I got these Tim Holtz rice papers, and you get all these designs. I think it's one of each. It's a 30 piece, so it must be two of each. 2 pages of each design, and they're all black and white. I got this sticker book, which I don't think I showed, because I don't think I had this last Thursday. But look at these beautiful women. Look at that. That's going to be so good in my art journal. Do you guys know how hard it is to find like stickers with black women? There are some sticker makers, and they make kits and stuff on Etsy and all kind of stuff, and it'll be really, really cute, and they won't have one single brown person in the whole kit. And it's like you came up with 1,300 images and not one of them has brown skin. Not one. So usually you have to find illustrators that will post things that are like all black women, because it's hard to find some people that would do a mix, like a mix of people. So I found this book, and it's all these beautiful black women in different poses, and oh, I love it. This would be good for like if I was doing, this would be good in my planner too. Like if I was planning for book club, or just I'm planning for the week. They are so cool, and it was inexpensive on Amazon. They all have a clear background, so they'll look good on whatever paper. And I think they're printed with that white behind it, so once you put it down, it'll still be opaque on your thing. So I got that. I'm super excited. And then, you guys know I always have to get some paint. I feel like I got some more golden fluid acrylics, just these tiny, teeny tiny ones. I got this iridescent bronze and this green gold. Green gold is one of my all-time favorite colors, and y'all know golden is one of my top acrylic paint brands. I love and prefer for my, I shouldn't say real art. For my real art, I usually use golden, Liquitex, and those two most all the time. And then I have a couple of Winsor Newton professional acrylics, and then I have a couple of Holbein professional acrylics, but mostly golden and Liquitex. But anyway, okay, so I got this book of stamps from Tim Holtz. I thought this would be good for art journaling, mixed media type stuff. I think that these are scanned in like real postage stamps, and I like that they're stickers. I feel like I should have gotten 2 of these books, because it's got a sheet of like each color, and green, and then a darker green, and then blue, and then like a blue green, purple, brown, tan-ish, gray, black and white kind of colors, and then just this blank page of, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. But I love this book. I want to say this was I don't know, $10. I don't know. Then he had this sheet of like fake old tape. You know how sometimes you're going through like an old scrapbook or something and people have taped pictures down or used tape, and the tape over time has turned like different shades of brown. Well, I have made fake old tape before using alcohol ink, and that's fine. That works fine. Get you some regular tape, get your alcohol inks out, different shades of like gold, not metallic gold, but like goldy, yellowish, ochre colors, browns, and you can make your own. But I was like, there's lots of fake tape in this set, and it was inexpensive. You get different thicknesses, and I didn't have to do it myself. So I decided to go ahead and get this. I kind of feel like I should have got 2 of these. And then I got these stamps for like accent stamping, which I already like to do, but you know, you can never have too many stamps. Got those. I'm almost done. Okay, here's the next thing. I see Kim said that she did a flip of Woodland. What book is that? Tell me. Look, I need to know. I got these old books from this thrift store close to me. It's a Christian thrift store. So I like to try to donate things to that store and also, you know, patronize them. But they have all kinds of stuff. It's not like just only Christian stuff in there. But I found these like old yellowed books that are going to be great for art journaling. I love it. I got 2 copies of this. I think these must have been like reading books from back in the day, because they have like teachers' names in here. Mrs. Heffman. And then there's another woman's name in here. So maybe these were used in school. I don't know. I thought it was really cool. I got this book, which I actually want to read this. I initially picked it up because, of course, it's got the yellowed pages that I can just tear up and use in my art journaling. That was my goal. But this book, When Iron Gates Yield, is a true story about this man, Jeffrey Bull. Hi, Mandy. He was a missionary who was captured and held captive by Chinese communists in the early 50s. And this book tells his experience in captivity, with them trying to indoctrinate him and trying to get him to abandon his faith. So I was like, oh, wow. I think I actually want to read this one. But I'm still, you know, I want to use it for the old book pages. And then I came across this book. I feel like I've read this book before, The Rescuers. This one is from, what year was it? This stamp says 1977 for a purchase date. But I was trying to find the copyright. Maybe it would have been around that time too. But I feel like I've read this book. It was only 95 cents. Can you imagine going and getting a book now for 95 cents? And it's got illustrations. I think this is going to be great for my art journaling. I wish I could find the publication year. 1975. This was a second printing, 1975. I got this. I don't know what this, I don't know nothing about this. Ride a Northbound Horse. But look how old and brown and stuff it is. So I feel like I could tear these pages up and it'll just add good accents to what I'm doing. And I love that this one was super old, 1968. It's a second printing. And the last book, you guys, look, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Y'all remember reading this when we were little? I thought one thing that was really funny, y'all remember the white fence he had to paint? One thing was really funny is this note. I didn't remember this. Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer swears they will keep mum about this, and they and they wish they may drop down dead in their tracks if they ever tell and rot. I thought that was hilarious. Okay, so I got that, and there's one last thing. Oh, here it is. Now, last week, you guys, I just got through telling you, I just got through testifying about going through my washi tape, clearing it out, purging, reducing it down to a manageable size collection, right? I got rid of probably 150 or more rolls of washi tape. And I narrowed it down to just this small collection I showed you guys last week. This is all of my washi tape right now. And one of the reasons why I did the purge was a lot of those tapes I did not love. Like, they had come in sets, and some of them, you get them, you like some of them, you don't like some of them. And I'm usually pretty good at weeding things out, but I'm trying to get my blade so I can cut this. But apparently I hadn't done a good job because I had a lot of tapes that I was not using. So I went ahead and got rid of those. And then I bought more washi tape. Oh my God. I just realized this says 37 rolls. So here's what I decided going forward about washi tape. One, my washi tape style has changed a little bit, and so I am going to keep the ones that fit my style now, right? And the ones in here that don't suit my style, I'm going to be passing on. And one of the things I'm noticing recently is I'm loving wider washi tapes, and this set has a lot of wider washi tapes. And most of these, I do like the style of the images that are on there. So I feel like this was a good pickup. I'm not keeping all of these, but I'm looking at them. There's a lot of them I'm going to keep. I'm probably not going to keep the thinner ones, these or these right here. But I will definitely keep all of the thicker ones, even this right here. And probably a lot of these. I love these. Anyway, so yeah, I purged washi tape and then apparently bought 37 rolls. I didn't realize it was 37 rolls, but I will not be keeping them all. So that's it. That's the haul. Okay, now let me tell y'all the crazy news. Okay, the last few weeks I have had a big project that I've been working on. Well, really, it's been going on for a while, but it was really coming to a head in the last few weeks. It was almost to the point of feeling a little bit overwhelming, and I know I ended up canceling one of my lives. I was like, look, I'm in the midst of this project and it just requires all of my attention. So what was happening is, when I was taking breaks, I wasn't really coloring a lot. I really wasn't doing a lot of anything but playing around with my sketchbook. Now, you guys might know, wait, Noelle says Disney did the Rescuers cartoon in 1977. I'm going to go and look for it because I'm really curious. I feel like it's familiar to me. I'm going to look it up. Thank you so much. So the where was I? Look, I totally lost my train of thought. Okay, so what I was doing was kind of spending time in different sketchbooks. I might just, pick up a sketchbook, do a little something, maybe while I was waiting on some response to come back to me or different things like that, right? So I wasn't really doing much coloring, although I did get my buddy color for May finished, and I'm so happy. Now the next big thing I need to do is my page in the Emily Lighthouse Oberg. I'm doing that full book color along with Piggy pens, and my page is due like in about 10 days. So I need to get going on that. And I still need to finish my Prince. My dog boy converted over to Prince Purple Rain. I wonder if I can still show you guys that. I don't know if because I haven't really done any updates to it. This was the, wait, apparently I can't show it. Anyway, it won't show. But I had that, I'm still in the midst of finishing that page, so I'll be finishing that soon, I hope. But y'all, let me tell you what happened. So as I'm sorry, I'm reaching over to put that stuff down. So as I'm doing my sketchbook stuff, I have a page to color today, by the way, which is this one. This is by the illustrator Mariola Budek, and I downloaded some of her coloring books from Etsy. And that's one of the pages. But, and this is for Shani's prompts. This is I think the prompts are, if you guys are looking for coloring prompts, Shani's prompts for June are metal, gemstones, buddy colors, something small, water, and portrait. So I feel like this counts as something small because I'm pretty sure this is a squirrel. So this is going to be my something small for June. So I will know I've completed at least one, prompt for the month. But okay, here, look, I'm stalling. Let me stop stalling. So I have this sketchbook, and I don't know why that paper is in there. I've had this for a minute, and I haven't really used it. It's nothing special. It says, what does it say to use for? Pen, ink, colored pencil, chalks, pastels, dry media, and light watercolor washes. So it is 110 gram paper, 70 pound, not super thick, not super thin. It's just kind of been in here. And the first page, sometimes with sketchbooks, I'll just do anything on the first page just to get rid of the first page fear and move on into the book, because I know I can always come back and do something with this page, right? But it got rid of the whole blank sketchbook thing. These are some Dylusions sprays, the shimmer sprays. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. It's so pretty, even though it looks crazy because I just picked random colors to spray. Okay. Here's the story. I basically had, you guys know I've been struggling with Neocolor 2s and coloring. For some reason, for me, they've not been working for me, and Ambient was giving me a lot of tips about them, or saying well, maybe they're not really for coloring books, etc. So I thought, well, usually I like the Neocolor 2s in my sketchbook, so I kind of had this idea of what if I sketched a coloring book page in my sketchbook and use the Neocolor 2s just to kind of get used to them, right? Hi, Brittany. Been shopping. Oh, so good. Shopping at Barnes and Noble. I love bookstores. Oh, man. So they're probably going out of business. So I bet you all got some great deals. Did you get some coloring books? Okay, so anyway, I started kind of sketching with the mindset of doing a coloring book image and using my Neocolor 2s. I didn't end up using my Neocolor 2s because, y'all, what ended up happening is I basically spent a week or two masquerading as a coloring book illustrator. And then I got in my head, y'all, that I might do a coloring book one day. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to share with you what I ended up doing in this book. It's not precious or anything, so I didn't feel any real pressure about the book. But I am going to tell you guys what I learned. I took some notes, too. I'm going to tell you what I learned about trying to be a coloring book illustrator, and I'm going to show you guys what I did, okay? All right, and I'm not mad at the illustrations. I mean, there was a lot of erasing. Oh my gosh, y'all, because when I sketch, normally I'm sketching as a preliminary sketch. I'm going to do a painting or something, so I figured out I don't put a lot of details, not as many details as you would do if you're doing a coloring book image, right? I can leave certain stuff out because I know as the artist what I'm going to do in that area. Some areas I might not sketch anything because, oh, I know what I'm going to do over there. So, but trying to illustrate a coloring book page is totally different. So what I want you guys, give me feedback and tell me, would you color any of these pages? Okay. Here's one. It's not finished. Is this woman, she's chilling on her sofa. She's got her coffee or tea. Her dog is there. These are supposed to be cucumbers on the dog's eyes. I'm just realizing I did not put the little cucumber seeds. Hold on. Sorry. I didn't put the little cucumber seeds on there so that it's, you know, more clear what's going on with the dog. He doesn't just have weird eyes. He's got cucumbers on there. See, that's another thing I learned. You're doing your sketch and then you figure out, oh, you left something out. Like you forgot the cucumber seeds to make it clear that the dog has cucumber, you know, on his eyes. So she's got a robe. The dog's got a robe. I just thought it was so cozy. What do you guys think? Give me feedback, right? Like, another thing I learned while pretending to be a coloring book illustrator. Hey, Linda, is white space is a design element. You must consider the white space. Like I was thinking, like, do I put something on the wall back here or do I not put something on the wall? I kind of was thinking of putting like striped wallpaper behind her, but I didn't, because I've got detail here. Oh my gosh, another thing I just figured out, you guys, I didn't put a sofa leg down here. Because I feel like her part of the sofa, you might not be able to see the leg, but I feel like for the puppy, what is this, a 14B? I think on his end of the sofa, you would be able to see the sofa leg. Okay. See what I'm saying? Like, as you're like drawing it, hi Janet, as you're drawing your illustration, you figure out like, oh, I forgot to do that. And you guys, I'm thinking maybe sometimes illustrators where we're like, what's going on in that area? Maybe they just forgot, or like when they went back they didn't see it, or they I don't know. But anyway, okay, so this is the first one that I now let me take that back. I did other sketches. There are many sketches in file 13. There are a lot that didn't make the cut, even to be put in the sketchbook, which the sketchbook is not, like I said, it's not precious, it's not final or anything like that, but they didn't even make the cut. Okay, file 13, just to be clear. But I'm telling, for those of you who are just coming in, I'm telling about my week masquerading as a coloring book illustrator. I had a huge project, and basically in between, when I had moments, I was like sketching, right? And then I just found myself in this drawing a coloring book vibe. And yeah, so okay, so this was one. And then I had these other thoughts. Do people want to color people? Because there's a lot of people who don't want to color faces. And there's a lot of people who don't want to color portraits. So anyway, so this was one. I don't know what this book would be called eventually. Mind you, if I ever ended up doing a coloring book, I think it would take forever. Because y'all, I did this for 2 weeks and I didn't end up with a whole book full of illustrations. I'm thinking I got a handful. Okay, so that's the first one. I just love it. I love that they're chilling. I love that her dog has a robe. I love that the dog has the little cucumber thing. So that's one. Okay, here's another one. I'm looking at it to see what did I leave out of this one. Now this one, okay, y'all, I'm afraid of frogs. I am afraid of frogs. Hold on, somebody's calling me. Oh, hold on one second. It's my hubby. Maybe, like, he knows I'm streaming, so it might be something. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Linda's like, do not worry about it, just do it. Oh, Linda, you are so sweet. I'm ready to color it. I might, for those initial drawings, I might just make them available as like digital like downloads. So like if people can color it and like give me feedback, it's like you missed lines over here or you didn't do whatever. So this one of the things I think that's clear to me is in my mind, she's wearing tights, right? And they're just striped down at the bottom. But because it's only striped down here, it looks like she's being immodest up here. So I think what I'm going to do is take the stripes all the way up the leg. So it's clear these are tights. This is not just her with her nethers hanging out. But I'm trying to think. This one, okay, so I had in my mind this like 50s vibe. That's where this hair came from. And the cat eye glasses. Why does the frog have on glasses? I don't know. I was trying to be like whimsical because I was like, it's a coloring book. Don't try to be too realistic. Because a lot of times when I sketch, I'm sketching with an eye toward doing a painting. And my paintings, though not photorealistic, they do lean toward realism. So that was another lesson I learned, while trying to play like an illustrator, is trying to not be stuck on realistic proportions. So like her head is big, I just felt like this one is one I want to color. Okay, I like how this one, where it's going. So here's another issue I have. What do I do back here? Do I fill that in? I want a balance of like not leaving too much white space, because I know some people don't love that, but also not filling every single thing in, because then maybe that gets too busy. So this is page number 2. Okay, I don't have a theme. Well, maybe I do have a theme, because she's got her pet. Maybe this frog is her pet. Although she's looking away like, can you get away from me, Mr. Frog? But maybe this is her pet. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This is number 2. Yes, we are coloring always, Mandy. Yes. I'm just giving my lessons of like, are any of you all illustrators? Like, do you illustrate your own coloring book pages for yourself sometimes? Kim, okay, I'm gonna make digital down. I'm gonna scan these and like I'll make them available to color, and then you guys can let me know like that was fun or that was wiggity whack. I realized here in the lantern I didn't put a light bulb. That's something I need to fix. I'm sure there's probably other things. You guys will tell me. Those of you who want to color it. Let me know, okay? That's number 2. No, nothing in the background. Okay, leave it like open, because I love doing background stuff. So sometimes I don't love all the space being taken up. You know what I mean? Linda, I'm not good at illustrating, only women with clothes. Oh, I think Linda, let's, take on the challenge. Let's do a little illustrating around here, because I had a good time, you guys, even though a lot ended up in file 13. Then I had this image. Now, this one doesn't go vibe-wise with the others, but sometimes I like this little simple type of face. But I got lost on this page, so I kind of abandoned it. I didn't know where to go with these flowers. Should I fill in with big flowers? I don't know. So I just kind of abandoned. I didn't finish her hair. I just abandoned this poor child. Y'all know how Keke Palmer was like, I'm sorry to that man. Hi, Ambient. I'm just telling telling everybody about the 10 days or so that I spent pretending to be a coloring book illustrator and lessons that I learned, which were plenty, but I'll show you real quick. These are the pages I came up with. Everybody else has seen them. So I got this one with this woman chilling with spa day with her dog. This one with the lady with her pet frog. I'm calling it her pet because I'm thinking that's part of my theme. Maybe for her, if I was to finish her and make her match the rest of the book, maybe she could be holding a little cute animal or maybe a ladybug, and that could be her pet. I don't know. But this definitely has a, a different vibe. I don't know. More whimsical. Yeah, Linda, definitely. Thank you, Ambient. I am going to make some of these. I'm going to scan some of them. So if people want to color them and give me feedback, that would be wonderful. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Maybe Linda is saying that she likes her. Seems like a different set of illustrations. Maybe this is from book number 2. Maybe one is book number 1 with these women with their pets. But like, can you come up with 60, 75 pages of a woman with her pet? I don't know. How many pets would there be? Yes, sometimes I love to do this long, skinny neck, almost no shoulder. Just a super simple character style, but this probably belongs in a different book. Okay, so that's one. Like I said, I kind of abandoned her. This was another idea that I started, but I didn't finish it. These are 2 bears fishing. He's mad because he caught a fish. But I feel like maybe some mountains back here would help sell the story. Not too much detail, but maybe some mountains could make this better. Or maybe they could be like the 3 bears. No. I think the 2 bears is good. Maybe just need some mountains and some scenery. What scenery do you have when you're ice fishing? Okay. I know, doesn't he look mad? Like, man. And then he's all, yay. Oh, I started to fill in some detail like on the sweaters, but then I thought, no. Because then that could start to get real busy. Like if I put patterns everywhere. So I ended up not doing too much pattern on their clothing. So that it won't start to feel like Zen Doodle, because that's definitely, I don't think, my vibe. But this is the 3rd one, and that's it, you guys. Then I abandoned illustrating altogether. I got frustrated. I got tired of it, so I started playing around with watercolor again, because y'all know over here it's a watercolor struggle, and it's watercolor till I win. And a cabin, that's a good idea, Kim. That is a good idea. Because I think when people go ice fishing, sometimes they have these really small temporary like cabins like near their ice fishing hole. And I could do that in the background. Excellent idea. Thank you so much. Ice fishing shelters. That's what I'm talking about, Linda. Yes. Those little shelters that they have. And it looks cabin-like, I think that is a way to go. I'm going to add that to this image. So yeah, y'all, I got all of 4 pages. How do these illustrators come up with 60, 70, 75, 80 different images for a book? Anyway, so yes, I started back playing around with watercolor. This stuff is a hot mess, but I like sketching birds and stuff like that, so I'm fine with this. This is regular old sketchbook stuff. Oh, this was one that I kind of started, but again, I ran out of ideas of like, okay, where is he going? Maybe if I go with the theme of the women with their pets or people with their pets, maybe he could be being walked by an unseen person that I still need to sketch. And then this could fit that same book, because he's kind of got that same look of the other of the other illustration. So this is an idea that could go somewhere. I just don't know where. And I just, like I said, I lost steam, and I started doing regular. Y'all, I'm still on the watercolor struggle bus, like I said, and it's water till I win over here, okay? I'm gonna use these watercolors until I can figure out their properties, what they do, what they don't do. So I started doing stuff like this. I think I did one other. I did this cupcake sketch and watercolor. I did some splatter, and yeah, I just went back to the basic regular old stuff. But y'all, I had fun playing like an illustrator. And I might want to do a coloring book. I need a focus. Okay, ambient, ding, 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 ding. Always coming through with the wisdom, okay? But what I figured out is apparently I like doing pets, and I like doing people a little bit. So maybe my theme is like people and their pets, but not necessarily a person and a pet on every page. Like some pages could just be pets. Some pages, not every page has to have a person. And then maybe people won't feel as intimidated to color it. But y'all, would y'all color these pages? Like I said, it's going to take me a year. It's going to take me a year to get enough pictures to do a coloring book. But it's fun. I had fun like imagining what could the scene be, like I have this other image in my head of like this big ice cream sundae and this like a little girl and her pet both wanting to eat the ice cream sundae. I thought that could be cool. I didn't realize I was doing this pet thing, but now that I do, I'm calling all the animals the pets. Okay, there was I have a vision of an ice cream and like a little girl on one side, her pet on the other side, and they both, have these expressions of I want to eat this ice cream. Y'all, I'm excited. It was so much fun. But anyway, let me get off of that. And get on to some actual coloring. So like I said, I have this illustration I'm going to do by Mariola Budek, and I got a few of her coloring books on Etsy. She always gives you like a darker image and a lighter image, and usually I prefer to color her lighter images. I taped it down because I'm going to do watercolor, because it's watercolor till I win. Let me say this too before I completely abandon. Hey, Callie! If some more people come in, y'all, I'm going to thumb through my couple illustrations real quick because I'm proud of them. They took me a lot of imagination. My eraser got a lot of work in my week as a coloring book illustrator. My eraser was the busiest tool I had in my craft room when I was trying to, figure this stuff out. What I ended up coming away with is mad respect for people who do this for a living. People who do coloring books for a living, and they consistently come up with 60, 75 different pages, and they probably come up with more than that in a year, because some of them, they churn these books out, right? And we gobble them up. We want them to churn them out, but I don't know. I came away with a lot of respect for people who do it every day. I came away understanding that it's harder than like regular sketching for me, because like I said, when I sketch, I'll leave out a lot of details, because me as the painter, when I'm going to paint it later, I know what I'm going to do in that area, so I don't have to sketch it, right? I can sketch in certain things when I'm trying to imagine proportions, stuff like that, but I will leave out stuff that I don't feel like I need to sketch that part. You know what I mean? I'll just do that part on the canvas. But when you're doing a coloring book page, you can't do that. You have to sketch all of it. It requires more of you. And then what was the other thing? uh I think Ambient hit on a good point of, I think it's challenging to come up with a theme. I think you need some sort of theme, some sort of loose theme to make the book cohesive. But like once you come up with that theme, then you have to keep coming up with, pages that are consistent. Like whereas when I came up with that whimsical girl with the longer neck and just doing something totally different, that doesn't go in that same book, right? So do more. Linda says, I scratch out basic space and do more of the drawing with the paint. Yes, Linda, that's what I'm used to. Like I will sketch, and especially, the more I've been trying to get into watercolor, I'll sketch a little bit more, but like, for example, like the cupcake, I did a little bit more sketching for that. But when I'm really going to do a painting, I'm not sketching everything out. We want to get to the paint. Callie, okay, I don't know that I'm doing a coloring book. I do not. I had this big project, and in my downtime, I started sketching basically coloring book pages. And it started out because of my battle between me and Neocolor 2s, which I'm in conflict about whether they're really useful for coloring book images. But as I started sketching, I realized I was like, I could kind of low-key pretend to be a coloring book illustrator. So let me show Callie real quick. These, I don't have but like 3 pages, Callie. I had this page with the spa day with the lady and her dog, and he's got his robe. Let's see. And this is a lady with her frog. I think this is her pet, because I've decided that my theme, if these pages become a book, the theme is going to be like people with their pets, kids with their pets, people with their pets kind of thing. I'm going to make these available for like digital, if people want to color them, like color them and give me feedback if you're interested at all. No pressure. But like if any of these interest you and you want to color it, that would be wonderful. I have that one. This is my like whimsical girl who doesn't really fit the vibe. These are my bears, who one of them's mad because he didn't catch a fish. I'm gonna put, thanks to input from Linda and Kim, a ice fishing shelter kind of behind them, the little mini cabin looking thing behind them to finish this and make this an actual page. And I think that's it. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not calling myself a coloring book illustrator yet. I think you have to have at least probably 30, 40 pages done before you can do that. And I got 3 and a possible, like a spades bid, right? Like when you're playing spades, how many you got? 3 and a possible. The girl who's like the whimsical girl could be, I could rework her into the book. You know what I mean? But Clever Squirrel Productions. Yes, Callie. Yes. But anyway, okay, so we're going to color this by a real illustrator. This is, like I said, Mariola Budek, but I was just showing you, she gives you a darker one and a lighter one, and I like to color the lighter one most of the time. And I'm going to use watercolor. Hold on 1 second. And I taped it down because I'm going to use watercolor, and I don't want it to do weird stuff. Okay. Let's see. I've got my palette here. I've got my little thing to dab off. I've got my watercolors. You guys can't see them. I'm going to slide them over and then slide them back out. I've got my watercolors right here. And yeah, so we're going to do some painting on this beautiful little image, and I feel like it's simple. I'll be able to hopefully finish it in one setting. There's something I'm missing. I have paintbrushes. I'm missing water. Jeez. Let me get my water containers. And where's my bottle of water? Okay, y'all bear with me. I think I gotta run and get a bottle of water. I totally did not bring one. So I shall return. Okay. Sorry about the dead air, you guys. I knew it was something important that was missing. I was like, oh, yeah, water. Water is kind of important. Oh, wait. Here, a face? I don't see it. What is that called? Pareidolia? When you like look at the clouds and you see images. Is that the word? I feel like that's the word. Okay. Sorry for hitting the microphone. Okay, let's decide what we're gonna do. You guys, if y'all see me talking about I'm doing a coloring book, you all will know where it started. Where it started, and I got the bug and I couldn't get it out of my head until I had a coloring book. I know this, I'm pretty sure, like I wouldn't be doing, hi Kelly, I wouldn't be doing a grayscale coloring book because I really don't sketch like that. I really don't know how to do grayscale. I mean, I could figure it out, but I kind of like the kind of open line work style that I started with. So I'll probably stick with that. Callie says, I see it. Maybe I'm high. Oh my gosh. I'm excited about the possibilities, you guys. This whole coloring thing. It has really, I don't know. It was fun. It was so fun. Okay, so I'm going to be using watercolors. So let me get to my watercolor swatches. And I'm going to put them right up here in front of me so that I can see them easily. I feel like this is a squirrel, I think. And I almost wanted to alter this image to put like a bow here, because it's almost like a little mohawk kind of thing. But I think I'm going to go with the mohawk as she has it. So one of the things I'm still trying to figure out about watercolor, y'all, I'm still learning, I'm on the journey, is do you do the background first or do you do the foreground? You know, when you're doing watercolor, I have been going either way. Like one day I might do the background first, and then one day I might go ahead and do the foreground first. I think today I'm just going to go right in with the foreground elements. I think this is going to go super fast because it's going to be a whole lot of like brown or reddish brown. I just need to figure out like what color squirrel I want to do. I feel like a reddish brown would be perfect, and I don't have a watercolor that's the perfect brown. So let's see, I have this color, but it's like it comes off super yellow, luminous under anything. And then I have these browns. This quinacridone burnt orange could be the right color. I think we're going to go with that. Okay. Let's get going. Which color is that? Right here. I don't use that color often, so we're going to go with that. I think I'm going to put like a underpainting some sort of like tan. One of my favorite go-tos is this color called Goethite. It's basically brown ochre. I think I'm gonna start with that. Part of the problem for me with this image, y'all, is I don't pay a lot of attention to squirrels like that, so I don't know. What size brush is this? A 4? I feel like I need at least a 6. Hold on. At least a 6. Do I want a snap? Oh, that's not it. There we go. There's a 6 or an 8 maybe. That's a 6. This is, I don't know what size. We're going to keep it out anyway. I think this is an 8, but I'm not sure. Okay. We're going to start with this. And where did I say Goethite? The brown ochre. I love this color. For me, I give up and go get a pencil. Y'all, the watercolor, it is a test at times because you don't have the control that you have with other types of paint. I'm learning though there are ways to have some measure of control, and maybe that's just a fantasy in my head that I'm having a measure of control, but it's a learning curve. It really is, but I'm committed in 2026 to figure this watercolor stuff out. I want to do like light on the feet, so I'm going to put like an underpainting here because I don't want this part to be the red. Another thing I'm figuring out and struggling with when it comes to watercolor is that it dries so much lighter than, you know, when you put it down. So it's like you're thinking, oh, I'm going too heavy, and then you look up when it's dry and it's like, where did my color go? But then sometimes you're like, okay, it's gonna dry lighter, let me put more color, and then it's like, wait, I didn't want it to be that bold or that vibrant or that whatever. I made a couple of coloring book pages. Kelly, I know you came in late. I had a week masquerading as a coloring book illustrator, but now I might actually try to make a coloring book, even though it's probably going to take me a while. But I'm going to make these 2 digitals available if you want to color it and give me feedback on like the experience, the line work, etc. That would be awesome. I don't know how I'm going to make them available. Maybe I'll put a link in the description to where you can download the image, the 2 images, and decide, you know, if you want to color it. That would be awesome. I'll show you the 2 images in a second. I should have snapped a screenshot or something of this so I could just click and like show it. But that would have required for me to be way more on the ball than I feel like I am today. What was the color I said I was going to do? Quinacridone burnt orange. Now, if that's not red, I don't know what is. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about it. Let's put some water in there. There's nothing to it but to do it. Oh, I feel like this brush might be too big. Okay, let me switch. I thought I needed a 6, but apparently not. I'm going to go back to this 4. I might even need to go smaller. I don't think that was the intensity that I was going for. I might have watered that down too much. Because again, when it dries, it's not going to be that color. I am using, the watercolor that I'm using is 95% Daniel Smith. That is my favorite brand. Now, take that with a grain of salt because I've been doing watercolor for less than a year. I don't even think I've been doing it for 6 months. So, you know, my favorite is just the one that I bought the most of. Based on research, though, and, you know, recommendations from people who actually do watercolor. So I decided to go with Daniel Smith, and I bought a ton of it, and I love it. I do find that the quality is good. The pigments are great. I'm using Hobby Lobby hot press watercolor paper, which is made by Fabriano. Of Italy. So glad Hobby Lobby got over themselves and started bringing back real art supplies. I know I always say that, but y'all know Hobby Lobby lost their mind for a few years and they were only pubbing that Master's Touch, which is fine, but like, how can y'all not have other brands in here? You know, they sold off everything. They didn't have any Copics in there. You couldn't get Arch watercolor paper, which I wasn't a watercolorist, you know, back then, but I still used the paper because it was good for, you know, nice and heavy for like acrylic work. But you couldn't buy that. You couldn't. It was a sad time in Hobby Lobby history. It was a sad time in Hobby Lobby history. And now they've come back. They still have their Master's Touch brand, but for example, their watercolor paper is now made by Fabriano, which I love Fabriano paper. So I decided to try it out and I really like it. I kind of feel like I need some other color in the middle of the face, but I don't know what that color should be. We're gonna go with a little Naples. What is this color? It is Naples yellow. We're gonna go with the little Naples yellow through here. I kind of feel like maybe this is what I should have done on the bottom of the feet. Yeah, maybe. I should have done that on the bottom of the feet. Okay. You guys, watercolor. I don't get it. I don't get it yet. It hasn't clicked. What did I do for that red? Oh, quinacridone burnt orange. I've just about all but abandoned my Neocolor 2s, and I do not want to do that. But they won't play fair. They won't be nice to me like they are to other people. But there's a stubbornness in me that's like, watercolor till I win, Neocolor 2s until I win. Until I figure it out. Now, I'm a little bit unclear ever since Callie said there's a face over here. I still don't see it, Callie. I'm looking though. Is it pareidolia, you guys? Is that the phenomenon? Why do I have this keyboard right in front of me? Let me move it. Callie, I'm with you, Ivy. My Neos don't play nice. No, they do not play nice. And they're supposed to. They promise ease, fun, all the things. I have more fun with my Neocolor 1s than I do with the Neocolor 2s. What I'm learning, you guys, though, I think part of the challenge for me is they are a water-soluble medium, but they lack clarity, and they have a measure of opacity that's strange, that requires some getting used to, you know? They're not transparent like most water soluble mediums. So maybe I should use them on different paper. Maybe I should try them on a tan tone paper and see what that experience is like. That might be my next attempt. Is to just abandon white paper. Which, though, if I do that again, I'm admitting that they're not going to work for me in coloring books. If I end up going to a gray or a tan paper. I think we need a little bit of this. Up here, since we did that in the other ear. And then we'll do the Naples yellow. That's not blending the way I thought it was going to, but we live, we learn, we love, we move on. We just act like that didn't happen. Oh my goodness, Linda, that page you were working on today is beautiful. I love the colors. I loved everything about it. I'm going to put some more of this color here because I want to put it on the feet. I feel like that brown wasn't the place to start. We need a little yellowish, orangish, peachish something going on these feet. Yeah, that's better. This Naples yellow that I have, it has a little bit of opacity too. It's not a completely transparent color. You guys see how that color I had put on those tips of those paws is gone? That's what I'm talking about. That happens sometimes with watercolor that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. Is that, yeah, it's going to dry lighter and sometimes way lighter. Way lighter. Okay, let's address this tail. I think we got to go back with the bolder color. I feel like the tip of the tail would be light though. I love her illustrations because to me, they're kind of like palette cleansers, the way that Camellia Angelkova's pages are. I don't know if the tips of the tail should be light or not. I could try it, and then if I don't like it, I can always go back. So let's try this Naples yellow again. I don't know. Callie, I'm not giving up. Yes. Brittany said she don't see any extra faces either. They're gonna jump out at us. It's gonna be a jump scare, Brittany, when we find it. Callie was right all along. She was right. There's the face. There it is. You guys, last night I took out the trash, which is a rare thing for me to do, okay? What happened, my husband had a late night and I was like, I had made so much trash. Okay, so I wasn't just okay just with the bags of trash around the can here in the house. I was like, I gotta take these out to the trash. And one of my illustrations, it has a frog in it, and part of it was because I don't like frogs, and I was trying to like confront that in some weird artistic way. But I went to take out the trash, you guys, last night, and what was out there but a big old juicy frog? I was so scared. I was so grossed out. The grossest thing I've ever seen in my whole life, and I won't share it here, so don't get nervous. But the grossest thing and scariest thing I ever saw involved a frog, okay? And it was on National Geographic. No, it was on Animal Planet. And y'all, I will watch almost anything. If it's put together like a documentary, I will almost watch anything. I love the documentary format, right? So that's how YouTube, the algorithm is getting me, because they keep, putting stuff in this format. And I keep falling for it and clicking on stuff. And then there goes my algorithm all messed up again. But I used to love watching Animal Planet, and then they showed me this frog documentary, and I have never been the same. And not only, I'm gonna tell you how bad it was. Not only have I never been the same, y'all, I do not watch Animal Planet. Haven't watched it in years. I don't even know if Animal Planet is still a thing. Because when we had regular cable, I blocked Animal Planet on every TV we had because of the frog thing. Oh, you guys. So anyway, last night I'm taking out this trash, and there's a big juicy frog. And I'm proud of myself because the old me would have dropped that trash right there and ran back in the house. But I bravely walked past Mr. Hideous, scary, creepy frog, and I put that trash in the can, and I bravely walked back in to the house. Now, my version of bravely walk back into the house on somebody else's Ring camera is probably going to look like me scurrying, rushing to get back to my house. But in my mind, it's my story. And in my story, I bravely walked slowly back into the house. And I'm going to stick to that story until the camera shows otherwise. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I was brave in the face of the frog. It's just certain things, y'all, they creep me out. And frogs is one of them. Spiders is one. Snakes. All the classics. Okay? The classics do me in. Y'all, one time I had let my dog out in the back, yard to do what dogs do, and there was a snake, you guys, and I had to kill the snake. I was so proud of myself. Okay, so my husband was not home, because of course I would not have done this had there been any other option. But I don't know why I felt like I couldn't let that snake live. Is that bad? Y'all, don't be mad at me, okay? I'm weak. I'm weak when it comes to certain things. But, yeah, I felt like he can't live. He's got to go. So I killed the snake. And then I took a picture, which was also to me brave, because it's gross. And anyway, I took a picture and I sent it to my husband. I was like, I killed a snake. And do you know, this man had the nerve to text me back and say, where is the snake in the picture? Can you believe that? Oh my gosh, Shar, yes, You know what I'm talking about. Grossest thing ever seen, ever filmed, should never have been shown on television. Oh, Shar. Okay, Shar says, I never had a problem with frogs. Never felt like I needed to stay away from them until that scene. Shar. OMG. I feel so seen. Oh my God. Worst thing. I won't wish that on any of you to see it, okay? I don't wish it on any of you. I really don't. Oh my God. But I feel so seen. Shar, you get it. You get it. You get it. You get it. Oh my God. Worst thing ever. And I've seen it twice. Let me tell you what happened. So I'd seen it the first time that it happened. I left my house, y'all. That's how bad it was, okay? I saw this scene on Animal Planet. I'm innocently in there watching my little documentary, trying to learn about the animals. And I left the house. I was like, I can't sit here. I was so creeped out. And Shar, you get it. I was so creeped out and so weirded out. I had to leave my house. So I went to my best friend's job and she's working. And I was like, I need help. I need to talk to somebody. I need to process this. I mean, that's what best friends are for. So, anywho, yes, Shar, you see, you get it. You feel me. Ooh, Shar. Ooh, I feel so seen. Yes, sis. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Let me do this. For those that came in late, I'm gonna do this real quick. Y'all indulge me for like a minute and a half. Y'all, I spent about 10 days. I had this huge project that's gone on for a while and all the things. Well, and recently it like really flared up and I hardly had time to do anything, but I was still working in my sketchbook. So I had this new sketchbook that I hadn't really done much in. And I sprayed this. I was telling people earlier, sometimes like to start a new sketchbook, I'll just do something crazy on the first page so that it doesn't feel precious anymore. Because I always know I can come back and do something, on this page. But I just sprayed some Dylusions like shimmer sprays on here. But then I started sketching and I started sketching like coloring book pages. So this is one. I'm going to post these. I only have a few, but I'm going to post them. So if anybody wants to color it and like give me feedback about it, because maybe one day in the future, I will, I'll do a coloring book. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's my ministry, y'all. Cause getting these few pages, I learned a lot. I respect coloring book illustrators, but this was one of the pages. The little puppy with his little cucumbers on his eyes. I don't know if you can see it. This is one. This is a woman with her little pet frog. I just decided during this live that they're pets, okay? This woman with her pet dog. This woman with her pet frog. I got to make changes to her because I feel like it looks like she's being indecent down here, but in my vision, these are tights. They're just striped down at the lower half. I think I need to stripe them all the way up so it doesn't look like, she's exposing herself. That it's clear that she's got on leggings. This is the second page. This page, I didn't know where to go with it because it had a whole more whimsical vibe, and so I kind of abandoned it. That's for my second coloring book, okay? It doesn't fit with the other two images. That's for the next coloring book. And then I have this, which my friends here gave me a good idea how to finish this page with the bear who didn't catch a fish and the one who did. So maybe when I finish this one, I'll make this available as a digital download too. Then I have this dog and I have a vision for him. I'm going to put somebody next to him, like walking him. And maybe they're walking in in a downtown area or in front of a store or something, but somebody's going to be walking him. So maybe I'll have 3 pages altogether. I think that's it. That's all of my, that's it. But y'all, I did some coloring book pages. And I was telling people candidly, y'all, a lot of coloring book pages ended up in file 13. I'm not even going to front. And coming up with concepts for coloring book pages, it's no joke. Like what? Oh, I have this vision. I mean, I have visions for stuff I could do. Like, I was telling them I have a vision of like a giant ice cream with like a little girl and her pet on the other side, and they both want to eat the ice cream. So that fits with the whole pet theme. And not every page will have a person on it. Like some pages maybe it'll just be cute little animals, like the page with the 2 bears. There's no human on that page. So if listen, I'm gonna put these pages up, but it might be a year down the road for me to get enough images for a coloring book. Although, okay, so Camellia Angel Cova has a lot of coloring books that only have 50 illustrations. Listen to me talking about only 50. Because, you know, there's a lot of books to get a full book. They have like 80 illustrations or, you know, something like that. But Camellia Angel Cova has a lot of books with 50. And then, who else has? And in fact, I think she even has a couple of smaller books that have like 35 illustrations. I don't know. So maybe I don't have to come up with 85. I don't know, y'all. But I'm going to add links to, once I digitize them, like scan them and, you know, make them available, I'm going to add links to this live. Or maybe I'll do a post. And if you want to color the pages, you can download them and like give me feedback about the line work. Did you have fun with the page? You know, that whole thing. Hold on. I think I got lost in the sauce on the chat. Trying to show my little coloring book pages. You're already done with the whole book? Are you talking about Wild Summer, Amy? Amy says, Callie, I'm finally finished my last page for the summer book. Then I can color any page in the book. Oh, you're up to the whale. Oh my God, Amy, you are a powerhouse. You are a powerhouse in the coloring community. I am not even joking. Ooh, Shar, you and me are together. I feel so seen with you. Okay, let me go down. Amy is ahead of everybody as usual, okay? Yeah, what's new about that? Amy is ahead of everybody. Oh, thank you, Amy. I was telling people earlier, like normally when I'm sketching for me, I'm not used to completing all the details of the sketch. That's something different. Like when you're trying to do a coloring book page, you can't tell the people, like over there's going to be a tree. Just, you know, it's going to be a tree. I have to put the tree there. Like it requires something of you to do a color. Mad respect, like I said, to people who do coloring book illustrations for a living. I got nothing but respect for them. Okay. Illustrations of the little girl in my story. I'm lost on that one, Char. Okay, sounds nice to color, Kelly. I missed something, Char. You are working on a book? Oh, Kelly, thank you. Any of you, if you color my pages and like, you know, I hope number one, I hope you have a good time coloring them. Number two, any feedback, tips that you give me, I would be so grateful, because if I do kind of let this marinate in my head and actually, you know, put a coloring book out, y'all, I'll be so happy to do that. But the problem is I got too many other hobbies. Got too much other stuff I'm trying to do. But I enjoyed the coloring book stuff, so I don't know. Okay. Um, a girl reading her book in an armchair with the dog resting at her feet. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. Thank you, Callie. Yeah, that's another thing, y'all. Give me ideas. Because, like, cooking up ideas for pages, y'all, I came up with some ideas. And once I sketched them out, it was a no for me. Okay? In my head, it sounded better than it did once it came out on paper. Like I had this one of this lady waiting at a train station, and when I finished the sketch, it just looked sad. And maybe because, like I said, I didn't have a theme at that time, so she didn't have a pet with her, and it was just sad. Like, she just going away. Did the family kick you out? Like, it was a pathetic, like, I didn't want to color it. It made me not happy. And I who has time to not be happy? Y'all, I might do a coloring book. Y'all about to help me get talked into it. I'm about to talk myself into it anyway. But yeah, y'all are helping. I'm going to put some green gold on some of these leaves. Y'all, I love the color green gold. I have two versions. I have a Daniel Smith and I have a Winsor & Newton. This is the Winsor & Newton green gold. It's a really how do I describe it? It's a really chromatic, like bright, vibrant color, and I think it works well underneath stuff. So I'm kind of almost gonna base some of these leaves with this green gold. I kind of feel like I need a smaller brush, but who has time for that? I don't have time for that. I'm so excited about these little pages, y'all. My little, like I said, two and a possible. I think the dog page is going to be cute once I can sketch his owner, you know, like walking him. What do you think? Would y'all like it to stay like sketchy, or should I like go into Illustrator or something and like clean up the lines? Give me your feedback on that. Because I can do that, but the problem is that takes even more time, right? Like if I could just sketch it, I mean, yeah, my eraser is getting a workout, but once I sketch it and like scan it in, I guess most I could go over it like with a micron pen instead of just, you know, the pencil lines, of course, so that it's a little bit darker, a little bit easier to see in color. But I don't think I want to go into Illustrator. Illustrator annoys me. It annoys me. And I never use Procreate. So that probably would be the program to use, but I don't use it. I don't use it, and I don't have a good reason why. I think I might just go over it with my micron and then scan them in. Oh wait, I'm not caught up on the chat. I wrote a rough draft of a book and started on book 2. Oh my God, that's awesome. And you're illustrating. Hats off to you, Shar, because like this, for me, this illustrating thing, yeah, that's brand new. And not easy. Not easy to do. So hats off to Shar, and please tell us when we can purchase your books. I think I'm gonna do a mix of the green gold and the sap green for that leaf right there. I probably should have done the sap green for this leaf down here. But yeah, y'all, I enjoyed it. Honestly, the illustrating work, I enjoyed it. As frustrating as it was, because it's something new and you have to learn, like, oh, just leave, white space here. Because I did one illustration and y'all was so busy. I was like, I don't even know where to start coloring. On this page, it had a lot going on. It was like a dance scene. I had this, vision of like a little girl and her older sister just kind of jamming, playing some music. It just reminded me of like, when I was young and myself, my brother, my cousins and stuff. We used to just sit and listen to music and dance and have a good time. Make up dance routines. Did you guys do that? Oh, we used to have so much fun doing that. And then we would show our parents, like, we made up this dance routine. Usually our parents were like on board with whatever we were doing, but I will never forget one dance routine. My parents were looking at me so confused. And I think it's because they weren't that familiar with Prince. And so when I came in there and we had this whole routine to When Doves Cry, can you imagine how dramatic we were? And then my parents were just looking like, yeah, I don't know exactly what that routine was. I don't remember what our dance steps were, but we lost them. Somewhere along the way, we lost our parents. And what normally would end up being like, oh, yeah, good job. It was like, okay. Clearly, it wasn't anything out of the bounds of decency because my parents would have checked that quick, okay? They didn't play about stuff like that. But yeah, they weren't feeling it. It was not the vibe. I'm gonna mix a little sap green in here. Where is my sap green? Or should I mix a little olive to keep it yellow toned? I'm gonna mix a little olive green in. And see what we can do with this. Okay. We'll start over here. Yeah, I love her pages because like I was saying earlier, they're like a palette cleanser. They're so simple but cute. I love her work. And it's inexpensive on Etsy. I guess because she has a lot of sales. Because one of the things I noticed, sometimes you go on Etsy to get coloring book pages. And I used to not do that. But since I have discovered that I'm a bit of a paper snob. And I prefer to be able to like print stuff out. Or buy it on great paper, right? But, I've gone more on Etsy and look around. But I end up not buying some of them because some of the illustrations are expensive. By the time you buy a whole coloring book on Etsy, it might be $40. And mind you, you got to print this out yourself. They're not printing it for you. You are printing it for you. Now, I can appreciate it's their artistry. And so I don't mind, but geez, some of them, it's like, really? $4 a page? No. I have too many other hobbies, and I got a dog who's spoiled. I got too many dog treats to buy to pay $4 a page. Now, speaking of that, that's a whole nother thing. Thankfully, that's a decision that will come down the road, but the whole decision about paper. and publishing. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be awesome if I had a great publisher that would put everything on great paper. But if not, I'd have to publish it myself, which means Amazon paper. But then I could also put it on Etsy, and then people could print it on whatever paper they want. I'll figure it out, should that come to pass. Y'all can tell I've about talked myself into it. I've about talked myself into it. Okay, let me see. I wish I had an editor. Right? Writing and illustration requires a lot. Try to get my sister, who normally reads my stories, full up schedule, kids. Oh. See, we need people. We need people who will help. Help. I'm so grateful to you all who have said that you're willing to color the pages, though. Like, that's awesome. And that will give me a lot of good, information. Like, the line weight is good, or the line weight, oh, that's too heavy, or, whatever. I'm excited. I am excited. I showed my husband. He showed the appropriate level of enthusiasm and support. He did not disappoint. We've been married a long time, so he knows how this goes. Support, sir, is what I'm here for. Look at what I did today. That's an invitation for you to show some support. Oh, I don't want to deal with printing and ink, etc. Yeah, see, that's a whole other thing. I have decided for a lot of the books that I had that I was just not having a fun experience with some of the paper. And oddly for me, Amazon paper is not the worst. There was some Amazon printed books that maybe I heard that they had made some improvements, right? Like, not massive, but some minor improvements. But I had some Amazon printed books that was like, oh, this is a no. That, like, you can't even know. It's just a no, right? And then some were not that bad, actually. But the ones that because I was new to coloring, and it was like, oh, that book, oh, it's so cute, let me get that book. Oh, this is so cute, let me get this book. And I ended up with a lot of books with paper that I just really hated. And I found myself not wanting to color the books. And it didn't matter for me how cute it was. I just wasn't coloring it. So I just decided, okay, I'm going to scan these books in so I can print them on whatever paper I want. And I vow not to buy books on bad paper going forward. That was my commitment to me. What do I do for the nose? Like a brown, like a darker brown? I don't even know what a squirrel's nose is like. Maybe a raw umber. She's hinting at it being darker, so we're gonna try some raw umber. We're gonna try some raw umber. I almost feel like that could be even darker. I think I'm going to have to go and do some pencil work on this page. Yeah, I like that. I like the raw umber. What do we do? I think we get to a little bit of raw umber for this tree too. This branch. Last week when I almost finished that page on the live, I was so excited, y'all, because y'all know I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'm not here about the taking a year on a coloring page. I want to have a good time and get in and get out and enjoy it. I mean, it didn't have to be like an instantaneous thing. I have had pages go over multiple days. Clearly my little Prince dog man is taking me a minute and is officially a whip. It is not a rip, which for me a rip is a rest in peace page. I'm not coming back to you. I'm chunking a deuce on that page, okay? But the Prince dog boy page is definitely a whip. So I don't mind, you know, every page is not going to be instant, but I sure don't want the majority of them to take forever and a day. Definitely not that. It's so interesting how many creative people there are in the coloring community. People have so many hobbies. Some people are just like mostly, okay, coloring is what I do, coloring is what I love. Some people are like, I'm a serial hobbyist. Coloring is one thing that I do and that I love. I think that's me. I'm a serial hobbyist. On any given day, you don't know what I'm going to be over here doing. But I have found, though, you guys, coloring, there's something about coloring that just really gripped me when I came to coloring. And I think it has a lot to recommend it, right? Because it can be super convenient. It can be something that is, you get all these images. It can fit like your different moods without having to totally switch crafts. Like you can color cute animals, or you can color a really intricate bird in a mythographic book, or you can color a Kirby page, or you can color something super cutesy like a Lulu Mayo. It has a lot to recommend it because it really fits whatever it is that you want to do. Whatever color vibe you're in, coloring can suit those different vibes. I love it. I love coloring. It like gripped me when I came to coloring. I'm going to put a little bit of this dark brown in this ear. Yeah, it definitely gripped me. Me and my mom, we both came to it at the same time. I think I've shared that before. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, this coloring thing is all right. Okay, let's see. I think this is a good like foundation that we've started with. We're going to have to see where we go in terms of finishing it. I think at this point what I'm going to do really is let this dry. And then I'm going to finish this with some pencils. I like it. This is my something small for Shani's coloring prompts for June. If you guys need some coloring inspiration, Shani at Shani Blue does coloring prompts every month. And for June, they are, hold on, metal, coloring a page, any page with metal on it, gemstones, a buddy color, Something small. That this is my something small because it's a squirrel. I mean, even though he's page size, I'm still considering him something small. Water and portrait. I think the only one this one fits is something small. So I will at least have one prompt page done for June. Let me see what else. What else have I missed? Painting and coloring into the soul, or flows out, putting an energy into us. It is very it's a great hobby. It really, really is. And I can't believe I didn't know it was going on. And it's as big as it is. And I always say, I think part of the reason why I didn't know is because I wasn't on social media like that. And coloring even brought me into like social media more, which I don't know how good or bad that is. Because those algorithms, they put in a lot of time and a lot of money in studying humans and studying what we do, what will keep our eyes on the screen. And y'all, they are trying to show you anything left, right, and center that will keep your eyes on the screen, whether it is good for your soul or bad for your soul. And it's really on us to curate for ourselves what we're going to allow in, right? What are you going to allow into your eyes and into your ears? And it's easy to say, oh, it's no big deal, that's no big deal, that's no big deal. But the cumulative impact of a lot of negativity coming into you, it is going to affect you in some way. And it's going to start having an impact on your relationships, on your communications, on your friendships, on how you see yourself, on how you see others. And it might not all be good. And it's the responsibility really is on us, because these algorithms are not here to help you. I'm telling you, no matter how much time I spend watching crafting and art and Christian content, let me click on one documentary about prison. Then the next, 3 weeks, I'm trying to fix my algorithm because it wants me to see all the murder cases, the killer cases, the rapists, the... I'm like, I just looked at one documentary, because I'm curious. I want to know about stuff. But like, I don't want the algorithm to interpret that as feed me a diet of like death and destruction. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's like, but coloring brought me more into social media. I was a conscientious objector, I guess, for many years, because from the beginning, I felt, I don't know. I just didn't ever feel a need to really participate. I really wanted to maintain my humanness, even though I know like it's this snowball, nobody can stop it, right? Social media was here. It was going to be here to stay, but it just wasn't really my thing. But saying that about the bad part of it, is a lot of good stuff too. There's tons of like all the coloring people, all the art people, all the whatever you want to talk about. See, there's tons of Christian content, which you kind of got to watch that too, because there's a lot of false prophets, but that's for another conversation. It's a lot of false doctrine. Y'all know that our enemy shows up as an angel of light, okay? And he is doing his best to sound as close to God as he can while yet leading people to hell. So that's a whole other thing. You got to have your discernment, not just like curating and teaching your algorithm what you really want to see just as a person, even if you're not a believer, but especially as a Christian. Like, that discernment got to be on 100. When you're messing around with social media, you cannot be playing. But anyway, okay, you guys, that is gonna do it for me for today. Same stationery making influence my wanting to try aside from nomadic life. That's when I started watching YouTube. See, it's like everybody has their point of entry. There's your point of entry for social media, but from then on, it's for you to be grown up about it. Like, what are you watching? What are you putting your eyeballs on? What are you letting into your ears? Like, you really have to be careful, because I know when the algorithm takes me down these roads of like lots of negative things, then I can find myself being more scared than I normally would be, or it just has a way of affecting you. It might not all be like destruction for your life, but it's just these little things where maybe you find yourself being more cynical, or maybe you find yourself being more doubtful, or like I said, more fearful, or more whatever, or more wanting, or more jealous, or more anything, right? And so, like, hopefully wring out all the good of social media and leave the bad. There's a lot of good that's there, so we want to stick with the good. All right, y'all, when I get the pages like scanned in, I'll probably do a post on my feed and put links so y'all can color them. I'm super excited. I cannot wait for you to do it and get some feedback. Everybody have a blessed night. I will be back on Monday. I do my Creatively Faithful Mondays at 2 p.m. Central. It's a more faith-based, faith-focused, but still crafty, coloring, painting, all the things. But I'll be back here Thursday for doing coloring and stuff. So I'll see y'all then, and that'll be Thursday at 7 p.m. And I'll see y'all in the YouTube streets, and I'll be watching your Instagrams and trying to like all the posts and all the good things. Y'all be blessed. Peace out. Have a good night.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. His mercy endures